I'm here at Brompton Cemetery, London, by the gravesite of General James Bagratuni, Hakob Bagratuni, one of the founders of the first Republic of Armenia, or the only Republic of Armenia otherwise, who was buried here not by his choice, but by the decision of his faith, as he ended up in London as somebody who has lost his homeland. General Bagratuni is one of the very few people in military history who became a general twice. First under Kerensky's government in Russia, and second time during the First Republic, or the only Republic of Armenia, which he co-established with a bunch of other national leaders. Bagratuni is one of the most prominent people who defended Baku against Tatars, who were not called Azerbaijanis at that time. He fought them, and he was one of those who was liaising with General Dunsterville of the British Army, who was leading a special expeditionary secret force to help and aid Armenians to defend themselves against advancing so-called Islamic Caucasus Army. Bagratuni later became one of the leaders of Armenia. He was included in the Armenian National Council, which was acting as a government of Armenia at that time. He held a couple of other very high positions in the Armenian government. He took part in Paris Conference, he took part in Lausanne Conference, and he played a very big and important role in those conferences, practically, in a way, leading the Armenian delegation. Bagratuni later was appointed in 1919 as ambassador of Republic of Armenia to the United Kingdom. And after the fall of the Republic, he decided to stay here because he had no other choice. He couldn't go back to the Bolshevik regime, which had previously arrested him. It is also to be noted that Bagratuni had lost his part of his leg in a terrorist act directed at him and executed by the Tatars in Baku, who, fearing his leadership and his military mission, decided to eliminate him, but failed. Bagratuni is one of those noblemen, a descendant of Bagratid Bagratuni royal dynasty, who was a true nobleman, who was a true patriot of his homeland, of his country, and somebody who, even in immigration, having no official capacity, still continued his fight and his plight for his people. I want to thank for this mission, for this honoring ceremony, we may call it so. First of all, Dr. Vahram Harusyan of the NHS, who's a doctor in the British medical system for many years now, a patriot who, along with me, decided to go on with this project of honoring the British and Armenian statesmen and diplomats and military leaders who have helped Armenia in a major way, or who have participated in shaping the Armenian history. Bagratuni was one of those people who, even in immigration, with no official capacity, continued on advocating for his homeland, being essentially stateless, and then, of course, becoming British. Therefore, this is a great man, and I urge every single Armenian who lives in the UK, and especially in London and Greater London area, to come to this grave, to pay their respect, to look after this grave, not to let it go unkempt, not to look it old and tired and covered in weed. Just come here, burn some incense, put some small Armenian flags honoring this great man, because essentially you don't have any greater Armenian's grave in all of the UK besides this man. Of course, there are a couple of very notable Armenians, but you don't have a greater statesman than Hakob Bagratuni in the UK. I also want to thank the Flag Studio company, which produces one of the very most outstanding, the best flags in the UK, who decided to help us with this project and donated these two wonderful flags. The Union Jack, all handmade, and the Republic of Armenia flag, which actually reflects the true color, the true orange color of the flag, not the distorted one that is widely in use these days. And this is the color that was on the First Republic flag, actually. And this is also an important detail that we have to underscore. Therefore, this is the place in Brompton Cemetery. You can find it by coming to this wall. It's the outer wall of the plaza or the rotunda, whatever you call it. Come here, pay your tributes, remember this man, and thank this man for being who he was and for doing what he did. If it wasn't for him and his friends, there would have been no Armenia today.
Thank you, Dr. Martirosyan, for your comprehensive coverage of our mission today. Very few Armenians in the UK will know the location of this gravestone, unfortunately. But clearly, it's easily accessible. All the information is here. And I would encourage every single Armenian in the UK, in London in particular, to come and pay tribute to this truly remarkable man of unimpeachable integrity, who has got huge contribution to the Armenian statehood, and even in years of immigration, playing huge role for the cause of Armenian people and for the overall Armenian cause, even if Armenia was a part of the Bolshevik Russian state. We will continue our mission, paying tribute not just to the great Armenians, but to the great British statesmen and military people who contributed heavily to the overall Armenian well-being, in particular in the aftermath of the during the First World War. So our mission continues, and again we thank Dr. Martirosyan for his indefatigable work and his dedication and passion. And long live Armenia!